Hello once again, Clean My Space Nation. It's time once again for another episode of Dream Home Reno, episode number 8, and a very special episode. We are revealing Riley's room.
And you used to call it Riley's nursery.
I do not call it Riley's nursery any
because
longer.
A nursery is for a baby.
Yes.
And you can clearly see she's
off to college
an
next
adult
week.
now. Oh my gosh, my heart. So we're gonna be revealing that. The room looks beautiful. And we're also gonna be talking about some plants and how we've jazzed up our house with some greenery in this video. So let's talk about social media before we get into the video.
Let's do exactly that. If you want to follow us on Instagram, she is at Melissa Maker. I am at the Chad Reynolds, and we collectively are at Clean My Space.
Oh, also turn on the notifications bell. This is a new thing that we're supposed to be saying, because if you want to get notified that our videos have come out, you just have to hit the bell. It's pretty easy.
That's true. And if you want to hit the bell, you should also subscribe to the Clean My Space channel. All right, let's get right into it.
The best way to describe the room that we chose to be Riley's room was various shades of taupe. The walls were taupe, the carpets were taupe, everything was taupe. So we picked up, as you can see on the wall, a few different shades of pink, and we swatched it. I was a big fan of the pink in the middle. Chad really loved the pink on the left. Neither of us liked the pink on the right. We took it to Instagram, and everybody pretty much picked this color. It was a Bear Premium.
Bear Premium from Home Depot, and the color is Candy Floss. We weren't sure if pink was the right choice. We were wondering if pink was gonna just become a pink nightmare with pink everywhere in the room. But I must admit, once it started going up, and especially once Riley saw it and had a big smile on her face,
it seemed right. It seemed to make sense, and now that she's settled into her room, she loves it. Oh yeah, and that chandelier, obsessed. If my hair is going up, you know some serious business is about to happen. While Chad was assembling the crib, I took it upon myself to remove all of that nasty drywall dust and Reno dust. I got down on the old hands and knees. I was creeping and crawling all over the place trying to get it cleaned and appropriate for my baby.
and while Melissa was taking care of that, I was taking care of assembling the crib once again. It seems like it was only a few months ago that I was assembling this for the first time, and here we are assembling it for Riley's new room.
And a new addition to the crib, obviously those little felt sliders for the hardwood floors. Now, one thing I noticed about the house, the windows were absolutely filthy. So I spent a lot of time making sure that the windows were clean. Not only because the view is beautiful, but when they get very dusty like that, the dust can blow into the house, and I didn't want that to be the case. It's funny when you see the house like at different parts during the year, you can see like the different things that we had on, still in boxes or still cluttered. It's kind of funny to see that.
And this is the room a few months later. So hashtag real life here. This is kind of what it looks like, because as much as we started off with a whole bunch of steam to get Riley in the room,
once she was in, we were like, okay, kid, you're in, you're good.
You're on your own.
Fish to fry.
But that's kind of what happened. Day in, day out, you see diaper wipes, you see dirty laundry, you see toys everywhere, because that is what a child's room looks like.
She didn't really have a need for anything else. Like, everything she needed was in there. Was it organized? Was it perfect? Was it beautiful? No. But it made sense and it was functional. But this was very helpful. When you started to put the closet together, I could finally start organizing and hanging things up a little bit better.
So this was a closet system from Home Depot. It was medium on the level of difficulty as far as the assembly was concerned, but it was well worth it because it's a combination of shelves and rails that you can hang things from, plus those little pull-out shelves.
And I use those drawers now to put at the bottom. I now put the stuff that she's outgrown, and then I bag it up. So it's actually very helpful to have those drawers in a little person's room. I wish that sweater still fit her. It was so cute.
Fast forward a few weeks, and we had a special visitor.
Some of you might know if you follow me on Instagram that Daryl is a friend of mine. He has an Instagram account called Houseplant Journal. And not only is he a cat lover, or Molly loves him, but he's also a plant genius. He basically came to our house with a bunch of lenses and equipment, and he started to look around and tell us, this is where your plants should be situated. He's measuring the foot candles here. If you're curious about that, you can go check him out. But he was also kind of looking at my other plants. This was an orchid that he swore to me he could revive, and some other plants that we had, and I was sort of ashamed to show them to him. So anyway, his goal was to help us rejuvenate the plants that we had, figure out where to put them, and also help us find new spaces and new plants for this home. And side note, he was completely appalled when I told him that I used an ice cube to water my orchids every week. Don't ever tell a plant person that you do that.
How could you?
Some of you were asking about these chairs in previous videos, those two tan chairs. They are actually from a shop called LT Market in Toronto, so just in case you were interested. Now, what Chad's doing here is
reading the instructions, which is the most important first step in assembling anything. All that's needed is a hammer and a screwdriver and a little bit of time and some elbow grease, I guess. We got this shelving unit off of Wayfair because, Riley has about 10 million books, and right now we don't have anywhere to keep them.
We wanted a bookcase for her, and we wanted one that would be able to grow with her, so not something that was like too babyish. And we think that this one was the perfect choice for her room. Oh, and it also tethers to the wall, which made me very happy.
One other little attention to detail that I liked is normally these back panels are put on with nails and then come out and the nails pop out and whatnot. These ones were actually attached by screws.
And I think in the future a DIY project might be that we wallpaper the back of the shelf, just so it provides like a little bit of texture or color in her room. But maybe we'll get to that later.
And there we go, the perfect spot for it. And I guess it's time to fill it with books.
Load it up. She's obsessed with Pete the cat, or Pete the kitty, depending on how old he is when you buy the book.
And Hug Machine.
And Barnyard Dance.
And a lot of the other books that you see here, plus all of her stuffies at the bottom.
Peppa Pig.
It seems like it was 70 years ago that we set up Riley's first nursery. In the description down below, we'll put a link to the first video that we did for her very first room, which
This was before she was born. This was at our old house.
And that was a true nursery. And there's the new awesome flooring from Armstrong Floors.
One of our series sponsors, as you know, thank you so much to them. And if you're interested in those floors, by the way, you can check our source guide. Okay, there's a lot of pink in the room. There is a lot of pink, I will admit that. But between the girly chandelier, the pink on the wall, the cute accessories.
Let's just talk about this crystal chandelier because Riley adores that chandelier.
When she was really little, when you saw her lying on the change table earlier in the video, we would bring her into her room and we'd say, "There's your chandelier." And then a week later, we'd say, "Where's your chandelier?" And she'd point to it. So that chandelier is pretty monumental in her development.
Also, shout out to the Rascog.
What up, Rasky?
Turned into a diaper cart.
It also matches that cute little Dream Big banner that I got. And of course, we've got the little lovey in there. This was a gift from my dad. It's a little LED light up cat, obviously.
And of course, our quotes are on the wall.
As soon as Daryl came over, he saw the big great room and he's like, "A plank can go there, a plank can go there, a plank can go there," because there were so many windows. And he's like, "I dream about having a corner window like that."
But down the hall, to the left, is Riley's new bedroom.
Now, for some of you who have scrolled on Pinterest once or twice, you might look at this room and say, I've seen better. And you know what? We're okay with that. We've got Riley's room to a point where we're happy with it. She loves it. And you know, we don't really want to spend much more money or time on this room because she's one and she's going to start being opinionated. And we'd rather spend the money on getting her what she wants as she grows instead of pimping out her room now when she's one. Oh, and parents, this silencer is crucial. You can open and close that door without making a sound.
And of course, easy access to all of her favorite toys. Any guesses as to what Riley keeps in her purse?
We can roll out the rubber mat for Riley when she gets home. We have some of her favorite toys in here, and one of her favorite things to do is mess up her entire room, pick a book, pet the cat, play with her toys, and conk herself out.
And eat rice cakes. Yes, what she just put down was a rice cake.
It's now that time in the video where we offer a huge thank you to the sponsors of this video. The first one, Home Depot. These guys are true friends. They have helped us put this house together. Everything from doorknobs, light switches, pot lights, trim, all of the kind of unexciting parts of a reno, but the little pieces that make a home beautiful and sort of finished and look lovely. All of that stuff in our house came from Home Depot. But also Riley's room, the paint, the chandelier, the closet system, everything in that room that had to be put on the wall or in a closet that's not a belonging of our own came from Home Depot.
Okay, let's hit up some comments from last video. Do you plan on having more kids? This house seems too small if you plan on it. And also, Melissa looks like she's 27 to 29.
Ooh, okay. So lots of little things to answer there. A, thank you for the age compliment. I'll be turning 37 in July, so that felt really good, thank you. Are we planning on having more kids? We'd love to have more kids, but we're timing things and spacing things in a way that makes sense for us. So don't worry, When the time is there, we will let you guys know.
And if you think Melissa is between 27 and 29, common question, how old do you think I am? No, don't give it away. Melissa or Chad or somebody, please give me a link to those LED Christmas lights that you can control with your phone, please.
Yes, I think those are twinkly lights.
They are twinkly lights, and they were the highlight of the holiday season.
Oh my gosh, we did love them.
Aww, the sofas are ugly. To each their own, I guess. I've always looked at those particular sofas and just thought they're the most beautiful sofas on the face of the planet, but the world is a big place and full of people with differing opinions.
It's so true. You know what? They suit us.
You know you're gonna need to match your socks to the plant pot in every episode from here on out.
You didn't do that.
And that's not true. I deliberately didn't match my socks to the plant. However, Melissa matched her dress to the pot. And that is it for comments on this particular, there's a couch
Disrespecting
there.
the iPad.
It's okay. The explosion is added in post-production. Thanks very much for watching another Dream Home Reno episode. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section down below, and perhaps we'll ask them in the next episode of Dream Home Reno, which is a reveal of our dining room. And that's really exciting because it's actually a surprise. It's the first episode that we did where we had no idea what was going on for the most part.
Yeah, the dining room is pretty exciting. I think we'll also fill you in more on the plant situation, among some other very exciting things happening here at the CMS HQ.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time.